So I just want to talk about some stupid stuff that happened to me, when I was younger. I was in high school. It sucks, but I have a known problem of, potentially having some of the worst shits of my life. And it could be something to do with maybe an IBS or something, but who cares? But there was a situation happened to me in high school where woke up crazy early because, high school started at 7 a.m. So my dad, of course, woke us up at 5:30 in the morning and went to school like it was any other. And my first period was piano class. Now, if you've ever been in school before, and I don't know if this is like this in all schools, for some fucking reason, most of the schools that I've been to, have had a 15-minute interval between when you can go to the bathroom at the beginning of class and at the end of class. So at the beginning of class, you cannot go to the bathroom in between in the first 15 minutes of class. And then at the end of the class, you can't go to the bathroom at the end of class. Whatever. But oh my God. One horrendously horrible day. I just so happened to need to take the worst shit of my fucking life. And I was in the middle of class. School started. I went to piano class, walked there, got to school early. I felt fine. And this happens every once in a while where like it just hits you out of nowhere. I know y'all had shits like that before where it just hits you out of nowhere. You got no idea why. I don't know why. But that motherfucker hit me out of nowhere. And immediately I was like, oh my God. I had the extra BGs, the bubby guts. And I was like, ah, didn't know what to do. But of course I raised my hand. I'm like, look, teacher, I gotta go to the bathroom. Teacher was like, look, you gotta wait. Literally, class just started. The bell ring, class just started. I was like, I got to go. He said, you gotta wait 15 minutes. Now, because I'm a good person and a good kid, I waited there. We're supposed to be practicing on our piano. The moment we get in the piano class, supposed to be practicing. I had no interest in practicing. I sat my ass there in that chair for so fucking long, just sweating. Where like every once in a while, and mind you, this was a liquid boo boo. So immediately it would come up to my ass and I would clench and literally get scared because like it could fall out any moment. And then like my stomach would hurt. I'd be like, like, I was down bad. Didn't know what the fuck to do. But I'm sitting there in my seat, sweating my ass off, and I'm like literally just watching the time, and it was the worst 15 minutes of my life. 15 minutes got up, I get up, have the teacher write me a pass so I can go to the goddamn bathroom. And I ran for my fucking life. There's a police officer in the hallway, like right outside the classroom. Dude's literally yelling at me, like, because, I look like Usain Bolt running a not even a 4.4. I was running a 3.99 NFL combine sprint to the goddamn bathroom because I was that down bad. I get into the bathroom and I'm throwing my pants on the floor. I literally couldn't hold it. I'm throwing because the Bluetooth kicks in. And if y'all don't know anything to do with Bluetooth, is when you got a boo-boo and you can hold it, but the moment you get close to the bathroom, you start loosening up. It's a Bluetooth. So, anyways, Bluetooth kicked in, but it kicked in extra bad. I literally shit all over the fucking floor to the stall. And I'm like, oh my God. Shit all over the stall, got in the stall, shit all over the floor, shit in the toilet. And I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. And so I'm sitting there in the bathroom for like a good 30 minutes. And thank God the nurse's office was right next to this bathroom that I was at. So I go to the nurse's office immediately. I was still in class, didn't even go back to class. I just went to the nurse's office. And I said, look, I gotta go. And if y'all don't know this secret tech, if you ever want to go home from school early or something, you can always just go to the nurse and just say you got diarrhea. Look, they're gonna check your temperature. They're gonna be like, I mean, you look like a healthy kid to me. But if you say you got dire boo-boos, your ass is getting sent home. Thank you. But I went there, but at this time I actually had extraordinary explosive diarrhea. And so I go in there and I'm like, look, I gotta go. I got the shits. I got the Dukes of Hazards. I gotta fucking go. And they're like, okay, okay. And then another trick is to always say like, look, I already called my parents before you can drive or whatever. Like, but I'm like, look, I already called my parents. Like, they're already on their way. My mom's on her way. It is what it is. Um, don't even worry about it. You know, my mom's coming. And yeah, so I went back to class, grabbed my book bag. I told the teacher, I was like, told the piano teacher, I'm like, look, I got to go. It's over. And he was like, oh, you gotta go? And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the nurse real quick. Go to the nurse, come back like 40 minutes later, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going home. And he's like, he looking at me up and down, thinking like, I was just in the bathroom for like a good hour, and yeah, I was out of there. And did not show up to school the next day because I was scared for my life because there was cameras everywhere. And I was scared because, I did literally shit all over the floor. Didn't pick it up or nothing. I've told this story to other people, and they've always been like, oh, Marcus, why didn't you pick up the boo-boo? What in the No, I'm getting out of there. If I was in the stall or anywhere and somebody walked in and I'm just picking up green dookie globs off the floor, I'm I don't know what I would have done. Run, fight, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm not picking up the green dookie blobs. But my suspicions were correct for being nervous of not coming back to school because I came back to school after 2 days. And then when I got back to school, I got called to the principal's office and they had me on camera shitting all over the fucking floor. And then they said because I didn't clean it up or do nothing about it, they were trying to suspend me for dookieing on the floor, or I had to be the janitor for a week. And I'm like, great. So I had to be the janitor for a week. I had to set up a fundraiser, I had to clean up the cafeteria, all that BS. But yeah, fun little story of me pooping myself. I didn't boo boo on myself, but hey, whatever. A fun little story of me shitting all over the place. Thank you for tuning in.